Got a couple of things I want to say right off the bat. Number one, these leaks are absolutely crazy. In my opinion, these are the biggest leak that has ever happened to Marvel Studios. It answers some of the things, basically because it answers a couple of massive questions that I think Marvel is going to keep us thinking about and waiting on for years. I don't think Marvel is going to give us these answers for years, and we kind of have them now. But here's the thing. I, like many of you, got so excited about these leaks that I jumped to all sorts of conclusions. I got really crazy in my speculation. I think it's worth just taking one moment, take a small step back and realize that like concept art does not mean that it will 100% be represented in the movie. I just want to be clear about that. We have actually had concept art before of all kinds of stuff that never ended up in a movie. Multiverse of Madness has some of the most fascinating concept art ever because they were trying all sorts of crazy ideas, right? But like we've seen concept art from that movie of Stephen Strange in a desert with like thousands of dead Stephen Strange variants. And you're just like, whoa, like what is this? There's so many dead Stephen Stranges. We've seen concept art where there was a different Illuminati. It was Boulder the Brave. It had that big Iron Man, which was going to be either Ironmonger, maybe Tom Cruise Iron Man or something like that. So we've seen different versions of things in concept art. Doesn't necessarily mean they're 100% going to be in the film. So I think that's important to remember as well, right? But the truth is, and by the way, I have a big video dropping later today that's like 10 major takeaways from these leaks, and I go into like incredible detail. My editors are working on that right now. That'll be out later today. So I tend to believe that this is actually a big deal without getting completely lost in the sauce as far as why this batch of images was uploaded by an actual concept artist that works for Marvel Studios, and it was published in a like unused or unpublished works folder. And I have to believe that was a mistake because there seems to be a lot of Fantastic Four stuff in there that seems like it will be used in the movie. That seems like it is accurate to that film and things that are happening in that film. So it's hard for me to imagine that all of that was actually in a batch that was not used, that's unpublished, and that was just supposed to go up in that website. So meaning, because I think this was a mistake, I think that entire folder is actually on the table for what Marvel is pulling from. It doesn't mean that it's 1,000% accurate to something you'll see in the movie. But what I'm suggesting is it shows us what Marvel is currently cooking, what they are currently working on, and how they are seeing the multiversal saga. Okay, so that's kind of like my disclaimer on it. Here's another big question. Without getting, you don't even have to get into the full details of the leaks themselves before you get into some really interesting conversations and questions here. Number one, and I'm very curious as to what you think about this, chat. We're going to go into the polls on this, okay? What I want to know is, do you think this leak was done by Marvel on purpose? Was this leak done on purpose? That is a fascinating question because I have seen so many people believe that it was done on purpose. And, you know, even on Saturday morning, which like, Saturday morning, holy, thank you for being here. That was a crazy stream. That stream was like 30,000 views. The video we did over the weekend is about to hit 100,000 views. Like, this is a big deal. Like, a lot of people checked out the video and the stream. And I was so happy. I mean, I was streaming at 9 a.m. on a Saturday, dude. This shit was crazy. Like, I was like, this is mind-blowing. And we, did the stream. It was really cool. But, even in that stream, Rob got on, and we were talking about it with Rob. And Rob really feels like Marvel did this on purpose. I've spoken to several people that think Marvel did this on purpose, okay? And look, I'm just going to tell you right now, everything inside of me, everything that I know about this studio, with like all the context and just with every being, I am 1,000% certain that this was not done on purpose. And basically for two main reasons. Number one, Kevin Feige hates leaks. He 1,000%, 100% hates leaks. It's been well documented. It's probably why he hates my ass personally, even though we should be cool. We should be friends, Kevin. I'm just being honest with you. We should be friends. Big fan. Love your shit. But unfortunately, I talk about a lot of leaks and whatnot. And, dude, I'm going to tell you right now. Trust me, I speak to people. There's things I can't say. There's things I know that would compromise sources or, blah, 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 blah. Trust me, Kevin Feige hates spoilers. In fact, Kevin Feige hates spoilers so much that we should be a little bit concerned that he's literally going to change this shit in the movie. He's done it before. Where something will come out and be leaked and he'll be like, you know what? I'm changing that. Now, I don't think he can do that because I think this is too big. I think this is too much as far as planning in the future. But trust me, man, this dude hates leaks. Hates leaks. Number two, because this is way too much, way too soon, guys. And I think a lot of people are mistaking this leak to be Doomsday. It's not Doomsday. My Time to Shine came forward to say this. But basically, anybody that's been following this closely would know this is not Doomsday. There might be some Doomsday in there, like the design of the actual Doctor Doom in the green. That's very likely a Doomsday version of Doom. But, dude, all that Battleworld stuff, all the aesthetic with, the Game of Thrones Renaissance aesthetic, that is not Doomsday. You are not going to see that shit in Doomsday. If you do, it's at the very end of the movie. But I'm telling you, most people that are plugged in are saying this is not Avengers Doomsday. This is Avengers Secret Wars, and it's potentially Battleworld concept. So we know from a leak all the way back to when Quantumania was coming out that Marvel was planning a bunch of projects in what they refer to internally as the Battleworld universe. That's a documented leak from way back in the day. So they were planning this. So this is likely artwork that they got within the scope of that plan to see how their different characters and how these different worlds would look like with that aesthetic. And that basically means that this shit is like 2 years out. Technically, Spider-Man 4, if Spider-Man 4 uses the same aesthetic, which we don't even know if it will, if Spider-Man 4 uses this aesthetic, it's still over a year out from now. And it's like next summer, potentially even further. Spider-Man 4 just got delayed a week. It might get delayed further. All of this stuff is in flux. The point I'm trying to make here is they haven't even begun getting us excited for Doomsday. And Doomsday is completely different with like Dark Avengers, a regular Doom, the X-Men with Beast in that one universe with Monica Rambeau, Doctor Strange. Like, dude, Doomsday is completely different from all of this. They haven't even got us hyped up for Doomsday. In my opinion, they would have made us sweat this out and not know anything about Battleworld and the aesthetic of Battleworld until maybe Spider-Man 4, maybe all the way to Secret Wars. It just kind of depends on how they're cooking this. But like, so as an example, Infinity War, just to show you how they usually do this. Infinity War was like the greatest cliffhanger ending of all time. If you're a comic book fan, you kind of know what's going on. You're like, oh, that's the snap. That's crazy. Oh, snap, But most people that didn't know were like, what the hell just happened? Everybody's gone. And then it just ends. And that whole year leading into Endgame, one of the things that fueled the curiosity was, what happens next? And we had no idea what that movie would look like. To go 5 years in the future, such a bold thing for them to do in Endgame. 5 years living in the world post-blip after Thanos. That's a very ambitious, crazy story thing. And they did that shit. And it was shocking. It was surprising. So the way I view this is Marvel absolutely would have made us wait to see what Battleworld would actually look like. Like Doom wins at the end of Doomsday. And then it's just, we will see. We will see what happens next. I think also, for people that are saying this was done on purpose, I think they're missing a really important piece of this. And that's that hindsight is 2020. Okay? So as it currently stands right now, this is incredibly hyped up stuff and people are very positive on it. In fact, I have not seen the Marvel fandom this positive on a piece of leak or a piece of news or anything. I haven't seen the Marvel fandom this positive in general, maybe since 2019 and 2020. Like legitimately, it feels like everybody is gagged by this fucking stuff. I mean, this stuff is very popular. Look out there online. Try to find some people being negative about this. It's very hard to find. I have this written down here. It's crazy. I saw accounts literally saying shit like this. Hating on the MCU is like my whole thing, and even I am gagged. That's an actual tweet from somebody that literally just shit posts anti-Marvel shit all day long. Okay? And from where we're standing right now, sure, it looks like genius move. Everybody loves this shit. Obviously, this is such a good idea. Marvel leaked this stuff. Get the narrative on this. But I'm telling you right now, they did not know for sure that it would be received this positively. Now, they might know that they were cooking. They might feel confident. They might feel good about the design. But you never know how fans are going to respond to these things. They had no idea it would be this positive, because even I am shocked at how positive this was received. I mean, we live in a day and age where people would literally just be grumpy and shitty about any and everything. That people are so talented these days at like looking at a sunrise through a window and noticing all the smudges and the marks on the window. Like literally, you're incentivized via social media to just be shitty, to shit post, to be like, oh, Game of Thrones, Marvel, they have no creativity left. Like literally, all that sort of stuff. All that sort of stuff is like par for the course. You get rewarded for it on social media. I was half expecting, because I didn't really look at how the response was. I saw the leaks, I vetted the leaks, and then I went live, basically. I didn't really see the response until much later in the day on Saturday and going into Sunday, and I was shocked. I was like, damn, like, nobody's being negative about this? Everybody's gagged? People are legitimately freaking out in a very, very positive way. And if you think Marvel knew 100% that that was going to happen, and they leaked it knowing 100% that that was going to happen, guys, you're crazy. There's no way they could have known for sure that this would have actually popped off in the way that it did. So I'm just telling you, man, in no way, shape, or form do I think this was done on purpose. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. It did happen, and they were just gifted one of the biggest W's ever. Because if you're Marvel Studios, like, and I'm dead ass, if like, Kevin, listen to me, dude. Like, just fucking listen to me. Hear me out on this shit, Kevin. Okay? This just happened, and it leaked, and it's the most positive people have been on your shit in forever, bro. So you just got handed this incredible gift. People love it. Go for it. Maybe you weren't sure. Maybe you're throwing designs around. Maybe you were trying stuff out. Maybe you were just testing the waters. You know, could this be cool or whatever? Bro, people fucking love it. Kevin, people fucking love it. Whatever this is, it's got the sauce. This is gas. People are gagging over this, man. People are freaking the fuck out. So whatever you're planning, you need to sort of change it, scrap it. You need to go all in on this shit. You just got gifted this beautiful, beautiful, mysterious thing that just happened. And now you get to see how positive people are on these different ideas and these different concepts. So ultimately, I do not think this was done on purpose. I think it was done on accident for various reasons. They don't like leaks. This is way too much, way too fast. I think it gives huge, huge reveals for what they're actually planning. I think hindsight is 20/20, and I think people that are feeling as though this was so clearly going to cause the fan base to go nuts. No, it wasn't. That was never clear, and I am personally shocked at how positive people are being about it. And if you are Marvel Studios, you need to thank your lucky fucking stars, man, because you just got handed a massive golden W on a silver platter. This is insane. People are very excited for this. So I personally hope that Marvel Studios looks at this situation and feels confident, and also potentially is like, yo, they like it. That's incredible. Let's keep cooking. Because the other thing is, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There is so much that we don't know. There's so much that is not revealed. I mean, a big question that I have, right? And then I'll open this question up to you guys. So interested in what you think of this. There's potential here that Spider-Man 4 and World War Hulk will have that aesthetic, will have that sort of Game of Thrones, Renaissance, high fantasy aesthetic. I never in a million years thought that Marvel would go that hard. I never in a million years thought that Marvel would go with that aesthetic and potentially do something that bold for multiple movies. But I think, given the reaction to it, they have the green light, and I think they should do it now. I mean, maybe they were going to do it either way, but my God, bro, if those two movies are Battleworld with that setting, like if that Hulk image with Hulk and the castle and She-Hulk and Scar, if that's a Battleworld movie and World War Hulk is like on Battleworld and we're seeing a whole ass movie of World, guys, that would be unfucking believable, which I think if it is real, it'll probably get announced at San Diego this summer. I mean, dude, this is truly some mind-blowing. This is like some mind-blowing shit. So I guess what I'm saying is the last thing I'll say on this is I definitely don't think it was done on purpose. It's an incredible gift. And I think now, Marvel, you've got the green light. I think people would go nuts for multiple Battleworld movies with this aesthetic. It seems to be that people love it. Thanks for watching. And if you like this clip, smash a like on the actual video and subscribe to this channel. That way more of these clips get into your feed. I've also linked the full episode below if you want to check out the entire thing, including the Q&A we do with fans. You can also watch this show live. We do it live Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. And you can also find all of my content, including the videos I put on my main YouTube channel, on the podcast feed.